Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Movie Backlot Podcast. As always, my name is Steven. That right there is Dylan. And Dylan brought a guest who was at
Yeah.
Comic Con. Dylan,
Yeah, we
introduce
actually
yourself.
got a guest on this podcast, like what, two years in?
I know it was always me, you, and Alexander, but now we actually have a guest that actually was at Comic Con and can actually talk about it. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh
So
yeah, my name is Connor, and
You were
yeah, I
at
just got
Comic.
back from Comic Con yesterday at like noon.
Was it awesome?
Haven't got any sleep, but yeah, it was amazing.
It was.
Hall H was crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, you were in line for like what, 15 hours for
Total
Hall
of
H?
21 hours. I was in line total of 21 hours.
You were hardcore into that Pokemon Go while you waited, huh?
I'm
No.
not. I'm not. No, I'm not with him.
What did you do
No.
for 15 hours? Just
Wait,
do nothing? Just hang there?
I watched The Force Awakens again,
Oh my God! Seriously?
and I mean, I had to make time. I took way too many naps.
we
I'm
Snapchat
sure.
a lot.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I told him everything that was going on the whole time.
Yeah, it was
That's-
really nice. I was able to just go about my day, and I got live updates all day about what was happening in Comic Con. I'm like, I don't even need to follow a live blog. I got one.
You just got somebody taking you, kind of like showing you constantly pictures. So pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, the Movie Backlot Podcast is a movie podcast where we get together, talk about movie news, what happened in the box office this week, what's coming out, anything in the movie world that we want to talk about, we discuss. This is going to be a pretty much entirely Comic Con heavy podcast this week. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about the box office numbers, which I don't know. Is it a disappointment that Star Trek Beyond only made $59 million? I feel like it is. Is it a disappointment?
Yeah, I thought it'd make about like 75 or so, which is about what Into Darkness made. Of course, Into Darkness isn't like super well received anymore, so that probably played a part into it. And then also that first Star Trek Beyond trailer was terrible, and I went from like, oh, I'm excited to, oh, this movie looks like garbage.
Oh, yeah.
But I
heard-
still saw it, and I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard people say that it's like one of the better, like the best one. Like it's up there with the first one. So
Yeah, I think it's better than the second one for sure, but I think the first one's still better.
I mean,
Yeah, the first one's
I like the second one, and I watched this one, and this one had a lot more action than I was expecting it to have. Like I was not expecting as much action. The villain is still pretty mediocre.
Yeah.
But the chemistry was awesome. The I'm shocked at the like cinematography, like coming from like the director of the Fast and the Furious. I was like, damn, there are some pretty ass shots here.
Yeah.
Hey,
But I liked
Fast
it.
5 is a modern classic.
I mean, it's good. I'm just shocked at the like. I'm shocked at the
I was surprised
slower
how like
moments.
subdued the movie was.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
slower moments where you're like, huh? Because in Fast Five, the slower moments were the ones when we had like Vin Diesel and other actors trying to do some things. So I don't know. I'm shocked that it didn't make as much. It could be the marketing for it. It cost $185 million. So it's gotta.
Yeah, but they've already greenlit the sequel,
Yeah.
so they're
which
already
is
working on
some
that.
type of time travel one.
Yeah,
There
he's
you go.
gonna meet up with his dad, played by Chris Hemsworth,
Yeah.
or Captain Kirk,
Yep.
Chris Pine's character.
Yeah, so that's really
We'll
cool.
meet up, and I'm actually really excited for that because after I saw that news, I went and rewatched the first one before I saw Beyond, and the whole Chris Hemsworth scene is fantastic, and it's like, oh, he's actually like a star,
Yeah.
to some extent now.
Yeah.
He's Thor.
Are the odds in its favor of it catching its budget, like 185? It's got to double it to make a
Well,
profit.
well, I think it's also gonna do really well overseas.
Has it opened?
It's
yet?
it's
It
open.
hasn't- it
If it's
hasn't
only
opened.
made 30 million overseas, it's open probably in very limited
Yeah, it
markets.
didn't open in China
I'd say
yet,
it's
I
probably
think.
still gonna at least break even and make a little money.
Yeah, I think.
Because
Ah.
this movie's gonna have really good word of mouth because it's just a lot of fun.
Um,
And like, there's nothing I really like loved about the movie, but there's nothing that I like disliked besides maybe the villain. I thought the villain was a little weak.
I like the new. Who's the white?
Sofia Vergara.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I
know that was
like
her.
her.
I had no
I like
idea that was her until I like looked up who the actress was after I watched the movie. I'm like, holy shit! Like, and she's actually better there than she is in Kingsman to me. Like, because in Kingsman
I
she's
thought
just
so.
in Kingsman
She also
she's
had
just
a lot
kind of
more
a
to do.
yeah. That's why in Kingsman she's just kind of like the muscle. Here she's actually got like some character. I'm like, wow, you can actually act. I'm shocked.
Yeah, and then she's gonna be the mummy in the Tom Cruise movie
Yeah,
now.
like that's gonna be pretty awesome.
Really interesting.
Then we had The Secret Life of Pets. staying like insanely strong. Made pretty much $30 million, $29 million. On a $75 million budget, it's already made $260 million. Life of Pets 2 coming soon, guaranteed.
Oh, easily.
Like,
They're gonna have the Minions Pets crossover movie that's gonna break the Illumination universe.
oh, definitely. I mean, everybody could be excited for that. Like the Minions,
Literally,
and what their pets do.
Yeah, literally every single kid that walked by at the theater I work at that buy the like cardboard cutout of Secret Life of Pets. Every little kid for a month went, I want to see that. And I was like, this movie gonna make so much money.
I mean, we talked about it. I was shocked. I'm shocked that movie did so well. Which we'll get to a movie that didn't open very well in a minute. But before we get to that, we have Lights Out, which I think is the best reviewed horror film of the year so far on Rotten Tomatoes. So. I believe it is. It's actually one of the best reviewed horror films of for a while. It made $21 million on a $4.9 million budget. Only opened in 2,800 theaters, and it made a good amount. Definitely Lights Out 2 coming soon. I mean, it's easily gonna make its budget. I mean, it costs $5 million to make.
Have you seen it?
No, I had a screening for it, but I have this thing where I'm like, I didn't want to go home and have to deal with the dark. I'm a giant pussy, but I'm like, I love horror films, but then
really?
Oh no, I agree with him, man. I can't sleep after that.
Yeah, so
are you kidding me?
The short freaked me out, and I've watched The Conjuring. I watch horror movies. I watch horror films. They don't creep me out, but something about the dark where I'm and I leave my door open so I have the air conditioner.
You see a shadow or something.
And if I see a shadow, I will literally piss myself. So I'm gonna see it, but I haven't been in the mood yet. I will watch it though because I like
the yeah. So unlike Steven, I faced my fear of the dark this weekend, and I did go see Lights Out. And
I heard it's not as scary as people said it. It's not that scary. Is it?
Well, for me, I was petrified. The first 5 minutes, I was like as soon as it cut from the opening scene to just showing the family and daylight, I literally went, okay. I get my breather until the next horror scene, which is 5 minutes later. In each horror scene, I just got more and more scared until during the climax, it's at the point where on the bottom of the chair, because I've sunk in my chair so deep, and I'm trying to push myself away from the screen to have run away from the Lights Out monster.
No, it's the thing is
And I jumped multiple times, and when it was over, I was like, it's done.
See,
I can just go home.
If they would have shown her, I fear more the shadow than if they were just to show her. But the shadow figure is what freaks me out. So I'm gonna watch it. I love Teresa Palmer. And also, I like horror films.
The characters were real characters. And I was I actually care about these people. And they're resourceful, and they try to do stuff. Just like in The Conjuring 2, there was a scene where the little kid grabs a flashlight and tries to turn on the light. I was like, good on you, kid. Because you're trying to be resourceful, and you're 6 years old.
Yeah, The Conjuring films, and they don't freak me out like that. I don't know why, but something about the shadow, I'm like, oh man, I don't know. But I'll watch it. It made a ton of money. It'll make about maybe 10 to 15 next weekend. It'll probably cap out at about 60, probably by the end of it. It's run domestically.
I can see that, 60, 50.
Yeah. Cause,
might also be a huge success.
Yeah, it'll be a great success.
I never thought I would say this, but I'm excited for Annabelle 2 because the director of Lights Out is doing
that's the one
Annabelle
thing.
2, and I'm like, it might be good. I hate that first Annabelle film. It's terrible garbage, but I'm like, if David F. Sandberg is going to be doing it, I want to see his next film.
Yeah. The other film that opened this weekend was Ice Age Collision Course, and it's something I found out. It's the first Ice Age movie that didn't open with over $45 million. Didn't know that. I'm shocked.
I'm thinking that Secret Life of Pets took away from some of that because it's about the same audience.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, Ice Age has sucked for the last... How many of them? Is there 5, 6 of them?
There's 5... Okay.
They've all sucked.
So there's 5
I'm giving
Ice
one a respectful okay.
So, Ice Age... So there's 5 Ice Age films, but they advertise this one as the end to the greatest trilogy ever told.
Oh man, that's
So
a
I'm
bad pun.
confused. So is that supposed to be a trilogy? Of course, it's supposed to be a trilogy pun, but there's 5 Ice Age movies.
Maybe the fourth one is so bad they even forgot about it. Like, you know, we're not even gonna mention it. We're gonna say we have to
Maybe the fourth and the third.
It cost
This is
105
the third
million,
one.
and it
Oh,
brought in
God.
21 million. The fact that Secret Life of Pets is still staying strong. How does Ice Age cost more than Secret Life of Pets?
Oh my God, Ice Age has made 177 million worldwide. What?
This one?
Yes.
Oh my god! Oh damn! I only have the domestic
It's
numbers
almost
here.
two. It's almost 200.
Ice Age 6 coming soon.
Oh,
Get
no.
excited. Hey,
Man,
hey,
it
Christian
may-
Parloff said this one wasn't awful.
It made 80 million overseas, pretty much. That's insane.
Oh wait,
It's
it's
made-
almost 200.
Yeah,
total.
it's made it opened overseas last weekend, so in total it's made 177 million overseas.
It's made 150 million overseas. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost at 200 million total worldwide.
Well, Ice Age. This isn't the last one. They're gonna keep going. And then rounding out the top 5, we have Ghostbusters. Made 21 million. Not the biggest drop off. Only a 55% drop off. So I thought it was gonna be like more like 60 to 70. $144 million budget, 86 million total domestic. I don't know what it has worldwide, or if it's doing well. I'm assuming no, because China isn't showing it.
China's not. It's made 36 million foreign
Yeah.
So
so
it's
far,
at
which
about
I'm not sure if
110.
it's been in each market yet, but it's only made 122 million worldwide. I mean, I want a sequel. I really liked it.
Yeah, you
Yeah, it was-
enjoyed it.
it was
I
good.
thought it was just
But-
kind of meh. I don't know.
I went into it expecting absolutely nothing, and coming out of it was good.
Yeah.
We saw
I
it
mean,
together.
Yeah.
The
I-
3D was really
Again,
good.
but
Yeah.
this is. I think it's because like since I'm older than you
It makes
guys,
sense.
like I could see like I love Ghostbusters, and then Dylan, you don't even like Ghostbusters that much, like right? You love it, but you don't. It's not like a
Well, like,
nostalgic thing for you.
It's not like some like huge part of my childhood. Like I grew up watching the first 2 films, and I like have a fondness in my heart for them. But I'm not like this is some untouchable franchise. I'm like, oh, if you want to do your own Ghostbusters film, cool. I can still watch the first 2.
Yeah.
I
Or
want.
the first.
I'm not gonna lie though. I started thinking about it this weekend. I kind of want a sequel because I feel like they can fix the mistakes, and this could be one of the rare times where the sequel will actually probably be better than the first. Because they fix the mistakes, you have less people trying to hate on it, like because a lot of the hate that they got is unnecessary hate. The Leslie Jones things kind of sucked. I saw a couple of interviews with her and her on Twitter, but like
Understand
I
that.
think the sequel might actually be better, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see what's going
Sounds fair.
forward. It's got a ways to go to even make its budget back. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna struggle.
Well, yeah, because they paid like Paul Feig $10 million, and
And
they
both
paid
of the actresses are
Melissa
about
McCarthy
5.
like $15 million or something. And I was like,
Yeah, it's insane.
is Melissa McCarthy that big of a draw for a Ghostbusters film? I'm not.
Is
I don't
she-
know. I mean, she was good in the movie. I'm not sure she was worth.
I don't
that
know, have
price,
any-
though.
I don't. I mean, but then again, Tammy made money, and that movie's awful. So maybe she is that big of a draw.
Well, Tammy made the same amount of money that this has, but on a much smaller budget.
Yeah, so I'm saying like maybe they look at her as a draw because of that, because she was able to make Tammy, which is awful, some money. All right, well
Hey.
that's.
My mom likes Tammy.
Hey, I know people that like Tammy too. I don't mean it to. I like a lot of bad movies too, man, and so do you. So that is, we accept that they're bad and we like them.
You did like movie 3.
I am the one guy. I am the one guy that gave it like a. I gave it like a 3 out of 5. I was like, it's okay, and everybody was like, no, it's the worst thing ever. Like you guys shitted on me for like so long about like that I actually thought some of the jokes were funny.
You still do.
I know it's like whatever. I thought the ball joke was funny. I don't know.
But I also own Paul Blart 2 on Blu-ray. So
All right, well that's box office numbers this week. Let's head over to what's coming out this week in theaters. We have Nerve, Jason Bourne, Bad Moms, and Batman: The Killing Joke comes out tonight. So that one person that's super excited about Nerve in the world is sitting right there, and that his name is Dylan. Dylan is like beyond hyped for this movie. And if I ask you what the premise of the movie is, can you actually tell me?
well, the TV spots would lead you to believe they ask you, are you a watcher or a player, and then a train almost hits someone, and that's in the TV spot. So it's very confusing. But the movie itself is about this social media app where it's like truth or dare,
This is the
but there's
story of
no
Pokemon
truth.
Go gone
It's
wrong.
only dare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Pokemon Go gone insanely wrong.
That was all viral marketing for Nerve. Nintendo cut a deal.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they go on a motorcycle at one point and the police get involved, and then Emma Roberts has a gun at one point. I don't know, I'm in.
It looks like a
Great
giant
selling
game of
point.
Truth or Dare.
Yeah, it's like
Giant game of Truth or Dare.
it's like truth or dare, but if you don't do it, they kidnap your family and try to kill you. It's like, oh, okay. I do like the actors
I'm like,
involved.
so, at this point with Nerve, so I started off, like, my friend was like, oh, this movie looks so good, as a joke to get me excited to watch the trailer, and we watched it. I'm like, this movie looks terrible. So then I just thought it was fun to hype up the movie Nerve for all my friends to watch the trailer. Like, whenever I'm in a theater and I see the first frame of the Nerve trailer, I'm like, oh my god, this looks so good.
What if this
And they're
movie
like,
is
so
good,
they
though?
so they get their hopes up.
What if the movie is
It's
good,
not going to
though?
be good.
What if it is, though?
It's not going to be good.
What if it is? I mean,
Have there been any screenings for it?
no.
Oh, I have gotten
Really?
like 6 screening invites to this damn thing. But they're all downtown. I'm like, no, I'm not driving 15 minutes to go see this movie.
I would have. I would have actually. If there was a screening in my town, I'd go watch it. I like both actors. All right, we'll leave the
I mean,
best
what
one.
I'll probably do is I'll probably just go see it Tuesday night for $5 Tuesdays. Because it comes out on a Wednesday for some reason.
Yeah, 27th.
I'll just go see it Tuesday night for like $5.
Yeah, that's
and
how
I'll
you know it's not going to be good.
and I'll just be like, hey, who wants to go see a movie for $5? I'm not gonna say what it is.
It'll be an amazing experience. All right, we'll leave the best movie for last year. Next, we have Bad Moms, which feels like it feels like Bridesmaids or every ripoff of Bridesmaids that has come out since, about women and a raunchy comedy, and has Mila Kunis. Who's the other actress in this? Girl from Frozen. Blanking on her name.
Kristen Wiig?
No, Kristen Wiig. Kristen Bell. Kristen Bell's in it. I have no interest in seeing this. It doesn't look funny. The whole mom thing could have worked, but nothing about it interests me. How about you? I know either one of you guys have any interest in this?
Not at all.
Not even a little bit?
No, not at all. I don't care.
I have. The trailer made me go, hey, it might not suck.
Does it
And
bother
that movie
you
passed,
that
and it
Mila
just
Kunis, who's
cost me
like,
my time.
does it bother you that Mila Kunis, who is about 29, like, how old is Mila Kunis? 30? But her kid in the movie is like 15? Isn't that weird?
Oh, she looks young. I don't think she's that
She's
young.
32. She could
Okay,
have a
all right. So
15.
she, according to this thing, she has about a 15-year-old daughter. So she had a car when she was like 17, and she somehow managed to be a lawyer. Still go to college. Like, man, that's education, man.
That's a role model right there.
I know, definitely. And
It's not a bad mom.
well, yeah. Then that's what happens. It breaks her. Now she's broken. Now she just wants to do everything that she wasn't able to do before. Yeah, I have no interest
I
in
think
this.
the concept's pretty good. Just
It
the
would've been.
trailer is like,
Could've been
oh,
cool.
I mean, I'll see this. It looks okay.
Next we have Next we have Batman: The Killing Joke, and we were talking about this before. It sucks because the DC animated movies are actually usually really good, but this one has gotten some really bad word of mouth because it took the most controversial Batman story and made it even more controversial because this Batman story already doesn't do women justice, and they added 20 minutes of just taking one of the most beloved female superheroes in DC and making her a sex object for Batman. So that's why it has a 57% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the reviews have been average at best, I guess. Which sucks because I actually like the story. It's like the origin story of the Joker, kind of. But not doing well.
I've heard the last half of the movie is actually really good, and it stays true to the
book?
comics. But it's the first like
20.
prologue that is getting everyone.
That's the thing is
Yeah.
like when
I'm
you
excited
hear
to
that,
see
you're like super pumped. Like, oh my god, they're adding a 20-minute prologue all about Batgirl, Barbara Gordon. Yes. You're like, oh wait, she's just getting boned by Batman the entire time. Awesome.
But yeah, like I said, it's not about Batgirl herself. It's about all the guys surrounding her.
Her dad,
Joker, it should be about
Batman.
her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One of my friends has read the graphic novel. He bought it like a few weeks ago, and he really. but I don't think he knows about the prologue yet. So I'm excited to see his reaction during the Batwoman.
It's one of
scene.
the. I mean, if you ever read this, it's one of the most fucked up, like insanely great dark Batman stories. It didn't need to go darker, and in a world where you needed to make Batgirl be awesome and have like power, like she fight. Like I saw a clip where she's fighting Batman, then they end up kissing, and then she's taking off her shirt, and then putting her hand on his pants. And I'm like, okay,
It's not right.
it's just weird.
Doesn't seem right.
She's whatever. So I mean, I'm gonna watch it because I'm a huge Batman fan, and I do want to see where they go from this. But the big one coming out this week is Jason Bourne, the fifth Bourne film if we count Legacy.
The fourth one with Damon.
Yeah.
And this looks awesome. Paul Greengrass is back, right? You have Alicia Vikander, you have Kristen Dunst is in this. Several other actors I can't remember right now. There's a couple people in this that are big names, and it looks awesome. It looks cool. I have no idea what the story is. The Bourne stories have always like confused the hell out of me. We all thought the third one for him was his last one, but I guess they're still trying to kill him, even though I thought he killed the main person in the third one.
Spoilers, I haven't seen any of them.
Hey,
Really?
it came out a long time ago.
Well,
Yeah, I bought the Steelbook pack at Best Buy, so I'm gonna watch them this week.
Well, I mean, the whole point of him is the whole point of the trilogy is like him trying to kill the people that he that messed him up.
Fair.
And I mean,
I mean,
if they
I've heard the
ended it-
plot's also incredibly
oh, it's
confusing.
very confusing. So I guess now somebody else must have took over, and now they still want him dead, but they kind of forgot about Jeremy Renner because nobody wants him dead anymore. I thought this was gonna be the one where they combine it, but I guess not. So it looks awesome though.
I mean, I'm really excited to see it.
You're gonna watch this before watching the other ones?
No, I'm gonna watch.
Okay, because you're gonna
the
be
Bourne
so
trilogy this
confused.
week,
You're
and
gonna
then I'm
be.
gonna see Jason Bourne.
Okay.
I might skip Legacy because I've heard it's not good.
It's an okay action movie, but compared to these are more smart. Legacy just felt like more of a generic action movie. I like
Okay,
it.
There's
but,
also one other movie I want to bring up this weekend.
not really.
I think it's a very limited release, but it's called Indignation, and it stars my boy Logan Lerman.
Oh, I saw this trailer, and this does look good. I'm not even gonna mess with you.
It looks really good.
It's
Super
like
excited for.
yeah.
Somebody-
Man, whatever. Is he mostly doing indie stuff now? Because I haven't seen his name pop up in other
Most
big
likely.
stuff.
He
Okay.
was up for Peter Parker, but Tom Holland got the role, and I think since then he was in Fury, but he does mainly indie stuff. I think at this point
I'm cool with that. He can be
he's
like
still
the
in the
new
running for
Joseph
bigger
Gordon-Levitt.
stuff, but he hasn't got a job.
Yeah, I'm super. I mean, this looks really good. I'm not gonna be able to watch this until it comes out to DVD because it's not coming to my town. All right, well, that's what's coming out this week. Now it's time to get into all the Comic-Con stuff, and I guess before we get into the new stuff, I want to know what were the biggest standouts to you about what happened at Comic-Con since you were there, you got to see everything. What were the best moments that you saw that just stood out for you?
Just in Hall H and all
No,
that
just
stuff.
in general, yeah, the whole.
In general, I mean, yeah, Saturday was basically the big thing for everything. It was everything that happened. Everything happened on Saturday.
Yeah, you said.
So
you
yeah,
15
it started
hours
off
in
with the DC.
lines.
Yeah, no, I was in line for a total of 21 hours. So basically, Friday was waiting in line, and then Saturday morning was waiting in line until the hall opened at 10:30, and then it started off with the Warner Brothers panel, and Warner Brothers did an amazing job with their panel. They started off doing the Wonder Woman stuff, and then they showed the Justice League trailer, and everyone freaked out.
For both of those movies, did you get to see extra clips as well, besides just the trailers?
No, not for those.
Okay.
It was only just the trailers. And then they brought out the cast for both of them, and everyone was there and stuff like that, and they talked about it for a little bit.
They were hyped. I saw the Justice League guys when they showed the trailer. They were like,
Oh yeah.
they were like,
And
hyped. It was
Ezra Miller was freaking out. It was great.
He came out dressed up like a wizard,
Yeah.
wearing a flash hat.
Yep.
I was like, I saw clips and they're pumping, fist pumping. Is this a concert? What
Yep.
the? Oh my god, what's going on here?
It was hype. It was hype.
I'm getting so excited.
And then
All
they
right.
did the Suicide Squad stuff, and Will Smith just was
Oh, he was
getting
there. I
all
didn't know he was there. I didn't see a picture.
No, they
of
had
him.
the whole cast for that too.
That's cool.
Yeah, and
Wasn't he beatboxing?
yeah,
my God,
he
what?
started beatboxing. He started beatboxing for a little bit. It was awesome.
Will Smith showing charisma once again? Is Suicide Squad gonna like revamp his career? Oh my god, it's gonna be amazing. Um, they also, I don't know how H works, but they also go right after the superhero stuff. Do they go into like their other stuff like Kong, and they also do Fantastic Beasts
Yeah,
as well,
so
right?
they did. They also, yeah, they brought out the cast of Kong also. So they had Tom Hiddleston there, and everyone freaked out when he showed up too. And yeah, they did that. They did a trailer for that one, and then after that they did Fantastic Beasts, and they brought the cast out for that. They had the cast for all the movies they did.
Fantastic Beasts second the trailer that they showed was one of the best trailers to me of the weekend. Like it
Yeah,
actually like
and
feels like Harry Potter when I saw it.
it was really good. And they oh, what's the
King Arthur was
yeah,
their last
they did
movie.
King Arthur too.
That trailer was not.
It was,
Was it a good
I
panel?
mean, no, it was literally just the main guy, and they just brought him out and they showed the trailer really fast and skipped on to Fantastic Beasts.
Oh
They
damn!
just
Really?
they kind of just like they brushed over it.
All
It
right.
was kind of just like here you go.
So, all right. So, is that the last thing that they showed for Warner Brothers?
Yes.
All right. So
Yeah, I
that
think
would
that
be
Warner Brothers has gotten into the habit of just releasing all the footage they show.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because of
Well,
what happened
Marvel's
last year
still
with
keeping
Marvel
it tight.
keeps most of it tight.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll talk now about the Warner Brothers stuff, and then we'll hop over to the other stuff. So, you being there, I'm assuming every time somebody came out, every time footage was shown, it was like a hyped arena. Probably even for King Arthur for
Yep.
the weird ass moment.
It was no King Arthur actually when the trailer was over, I think it was literally just clapping.
So,
And there was
Dylan, you haven't
it was-
seen that
it's
trailer.
like-
Is that
No.
trailer? That trailer's weird, right?
it's
Like,
kind of
I love
weird.
Guy Ritchie,
The
but at one point there's
cinematography
guns,
of that's kind of it's kind of weird.
but there's guns in the trailer.
Yeah.
Like King Arthur's in like Dylan, that face is what I made when I saw the trailer. I'm like, wait, why is he being shot with like legit assault rifles right now? It's like so weird because then it goes back and then it's like it feels like Assassin's Creed almost where he's in the modern world and then somehow he manages to go back in time and I'm like, is this what the movie is? That's how I felt watching it. Is that how you felt watching it as well?
I have no idea. I have no idea what to expect this movie.
But was
Like,
it was it
it's-
just super confusing? Like,
Yeah, it was.
is it a
yeah.
modern movie or is it like a like what is it?
I have no idea when it takes place.
Like,
I need to read up on it.
That's,
I have no
that's
idea.
a problem, Dylan, when it's a King Arthur movie and you have no idea what year it is. You're like,
It's bad.
there's
I mean,
cars,
I'm like
there's...
excited to see it.
I love
yeah, I'm
Guy
also
Because
Ritchie.
of what you guys just said makes go wait, what the fuck is this
Yeah,
movie?
yeah, yeah.
And then
I love
also
Guy
Guy
Ritchie.
Ritchie's doing it, and I enjoyed Man from Uncle.
Yeah, I love Guy Ritchie,
You think
but
that, right?
when I was expecting something closer to the King Arthur movie we got like a while ago with Clive Owen and Keira Knightley, and I don't know if you ever saw that movie, but this it feels like they're being thrown into the Matrix or something, and then being thrown into like medieval times. It's a really weird trailer.
Yeah.
The Suicide Squad was some weird trailer where they combined all the music. Like it was, I think they were calling it like the soundtrack mix or something. A lot of like music was in the trailers. It looked awesome. It looked
I
amazing.
heard it gives away a lot, or
Yeah,
like a lot more plot.
It does
details
have a
than I
lot. It does have a lot. I saw people saying that they felt like they were giving away the entire movie almost with all of the footage that they've shown. I think we have a clear sense of who the bad guy is in this one now. We got a lot of looks at that thing on the train. Did you watch it, Dylan?
No.
Okay, yeah, you might want to avoid it.
It's a trailer you can stay away from.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I might want to stay away from it.
it's coming out in like 2 weeks, so just stay
Yeah.
away from it.
Like the way I looked at it was I've already bought my ticket for the movie, so there's seriously no reason for me to try to just even get more hyped, because I'm like
Nah.
I'm already gonna see it.
This one does show a lot, and there's been a lot of TV spots and on Fandango, YouTube channel they keep putting up like extra clips, like a Joker clip or
Yeah,
like
they
a
had
Joker.
the Harley trailer, Joker trailer, the Joker clip.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
They're-
they have a lot.
they're releasing a lot
Showing
of
a
footage.
lot.
So yeah, that trailer was fine. The two big ones, three big ones. Well, you didn't watch Fantastic Beasts, Dylan, right? But you did, right?
Yeah, I love the tone of that one. It was definitely it takes you back into the Harry Potter world for sure.
Yeah.
And all the effects of the beasts or whatever, they looked amazing. Like all the dragons and stuff, everything looked really good.
Yeah, this one we got to see a lot of the creatures. We got to see a glimpse of the story. It does feel like Harry Potter. I like in the trailer that they gave the tone that the creatures aren't even really the bad guys. It's more
Yeah.
like they're trying to save them because humans or muggles or however they call them always turn to violence. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I liked the first trailer, but this trailer, like, I'm like legitimately hyped now, like insane. I can't
Oh,
wait for
really?
this.
This movie.
Like
it's gonna be good.
if you love
Because I
Harry
got
Potter,
hyped as hell at the first trailer. But like the first trailer, I get chills every time I watch it.
if you watch this one, you lose your mind. Then like this one's
Yeah,
insane.
Okay.
It's really good.
crazy.
Awesome.
The cast come out for that as well.
Yep, cast was there for that. It
That's
was.
awesome.
Was it the whole cast? Yeah, it was the whole cast. And then they did this whole thing where they just like pass out wands to everyone, and
Oh,
they
what?
just like it was a huge thing.
That's
They
amazing.
literally went
Oh,
through
wait,
all
yeah.
of Hall H and passed
Yeah.
out wands.
Yeah,
That's
he
so
sent me a
cool.
Snapchat of a wand, and I was like, "Oh, did he just like get this handed
Yeah,
out
no,
to
they
him?"
literally handed out wands to everyone,
That's so cool.
and they had who's the
Redmayne?
Yeah, Eddie Redmayne went out into the crowd and was handing out wands to like people and stuff, and it was cool.
Yeah, man.
That was the biggest thing they did for the Warner Brothers panel. Was the
That's-
whole Fantastic Beasts.
All right, that's super cool. Next we had Kong, right? Kong was also sold. Kong Skull Island. Have you saw that one, Dylan?
Yes, that trailer looked. So I was pretty excited for the movie because like I'm like, oh, it's a new King Kong movie. It's gonna tie into the Godzilla universe, and I haven't seen Kings of Summer, but I've heard nothing but great
Oh, that
things
movie's
about
really
it.
good.
So I was excited to see what he's gonna do, and I love Brie Larson. I like Hiddleston. I like all the straight out Compton actors.
Mm-hmm.
That trailer was incredible.
The Dre kid is playing like a nerd. I'm like, oh wow, cool. Like the guy that played Dre. He's like wearing glasses and has a camera. And then the Eazy-E kid, I think, is playing part of the army. That trailer was incredible
It
though.
looked really good.
People were saying
And
it's
I like how they hardly showed Kong at all. I would have preferred had they not shown him at all, but you have to show him.
yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, it's cool.
It's
I'd
set
rather just
during
like the few quick-
It's set during the 70s. They're in Vietnam. They had they were talking about
There was a couple.
what happened.
Yeah, there was a couple things that like it looked like kind of a apocalypse now.
Yeah,
There was a couple
definitely.
shots like that, and like when they did
the cinematography and the color scheme that they chose was very Apocalypse Now to make it feel like the 70s. It's crazy. It's really cool. I mean, was the crowd hyped when you were there? Like, was the crowd really into it? Like, did they lose their minds? They did?
when they showed the last scene of like Kong popping his head up, everyone lost their mind right there.
Oh yeah, because this. I'm curious to see how they're gonna connect it with Godzilla, since Godzilla is still way bigger than this Kong, but it looked really cool. Like,
I was listening to the Weekly Planet podcast before I was at the gym earlier today, and they mentioned that what they hope happens in the King Kong versus Godzilla movie is that they just fight in the second act, and the third act is them coming together to fight a bigger ally with King Kong riding on Godzilla's back in the battle. And I was like, I'm into that.
they need to bring that three-headed monster, which I'm drawing a blank on its name, and that's how they fight it. They fight that thing. Might be cool. What's that? What's it called?
Is it Godon?
Alex right now is listening, and he's like losing
Yeah,
his
Alex
mind.
is
He's so upset.
screaming at us.
All these years talking about
One of
every
our-
Godzilla monster.
Like a Godzilla fanboy, and we always talked about it because he loved Godzilla, and we're just like, yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I guess there's giant bugs, there's dinosaurs. I mean, the whole point of Skull Island is like it's the Peter Jackson
King
Kong Island.
Ghidorah.
That's what
His
it is.
name?
Yeah, the three-headed monster.
Yeah, him.
But you got like this cast is insane. When I was watching the trailer, I forgot that John Goodman was in this and Samuel L. Jackson. I was going in thinking about the Compton kids, and then
Samuel L. Jackson wasn't there. That was the only cast member. I
really?
think like the major one. He was the only one that wasn't there.
he was like, I come to this shit every year for Marvel. I'm kind of done for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brie Larson. I mean, we'll get into some news about her later. Hiddleston. Hiddleston looks really cool. He didn't really talk in the trailer. The trailer really focused a lot on Goodman and Samuel Jackson. I guess Goodman is the reason they're there. It looked really cool. I mean, I'm super hyped about this. It looked amazing. This comes out in 2017 next summer, right?
This comes out March of 2017,
All right,
so
so
it's getting the Batman v Superman release date.
All right, that's not bad. That's pretty cool. All right,
Okay.
so should we head over to the DCU then and talk about the two major things that they released?
Yes.
We'll talk about Wonder Woman, because I think that's something we can all agree on. The Wonder Woman trailer was amazing. Great tone.
It was great.
Great World War II, I think, or is it one? I'm
One.
not sure. It's one. World War I feel.
One.
like the chemistry that her and Pratt have when they're talking. Not sure on her yet. I have to see more from her.
Yeah, we'll see. We have to see the acting.
Yeah, she's right now. I'm not sure on. Everybody else around her was really good. She gave some moments. The action scenes were filmed beautifully. This is a first time movie director, right? She's the director. This is a TV director, Breaking Bad director.
No. That was Michelle McLaren, but she left the project due to creative differences. So currently, Patty Jenkins is helming the movie, who did Monster, starring Halle Berry, and was gonna do Thor: The Dark World, but then left because of creative differences.
Okay, so well, this tone is super. It feels like the movie feels dark, feels violent. I'm curious.
But there's still some levity to it because there were like funny moments in the trailer.
Between her
Chris
and
Pine.
That's what I said.
Pine.
Yeah, Pine.
Chris Pine's definitely gonna bring the comedic element in the movie.
Relief.
Which it does suck because I mean he's gonna die. Not in this one. I just mean he's not gonna be in the future Justice League movies because it's so many years apart, and it's gonna be like a Peggy thing with Captain America, where you want her to be more in tune with some things. But this movie looks amazing. Like I have nothing negative to say about this except that we have to see about Godot or whatever, Get Out, because we don't know how she's gonna be. But everything else looked amazing. The shots, the score, the tone, the feel, everything set everything perfectly for me.
Yeah, I lost my damn mind watching this trailer. So
Really?
I was gonna watch. So I wasn't watching I watched it on my phone with headphones in while I was at a Timbers game, because before the game started. So what happened was during the last minute where it's just nothing but action and it looks incredible, the Timbers team came out of the tunnel, so everyone started cheering, and I'm like, this is like I'm in Hall H. Everyone's losing their goddamn minds around me. I'm watching the trailer on this small ass screen.
Yeah, they also released that amazing poster that was really cool, like the color scheme with the it was power, grace, wisdom, and wonder. I thought that was awesome. You can tell that they brightened her colors up because when we first got the pictures of her for BVS, it looked really dark, but now it's like bright, like the way that she is supposed to look. I'm assuming in Hall H people went insane, incredibly.
And for Hall H, the Warner Brothers thing, they did this surround sound screen. So the screen literally went all the way around.
Oh, that's so cool.
And they had that saying the grace power or whatever. They went around and then they did the trailers and stuff. That's awesome. It was that's pretty badass.
I thought that was the best trailer I saw out of Comic-Con that I watched was the Wonder Woman trailer.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably up there as well for me. All right, well, let's talk about the one that everybody is losing their mind over as well, and that's the Justice League trailer. And everybody was saying it's the greatest thing and it's the best thing and this movie's going to be amazing. And all I kept thinking was this reminds me of the same thing about another movie that everybody was saying the same thing about. So this trailer...
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
This trailer was good. I'm not going to lie, Dylan. I know that you're probably like, dude, I lost my mind. But the trailer was good. I enjoyed it. I like the tone, like the comedy aspects of it. Ezra Miller was awesome, which I was super worried about him because I love the Flash TV show. So seeing Ezra Miller actually own it, I was like, wow, all right. And I wasn't sure if he would do comedy. He did comedy in Perks. But I was like, all right, how's that comedy gonna come here? And he did really good. Aquaman looked badass. Cyborg looked badass. Too many slow motion scenes of walking for me, but hey, whatever. It's Zack Snyder.
Cyborg definitely needs to be cleaned up a little bit.
Yeah, the CGI was not good.
Very CGI.
Yeah. And almost too bright. Like his CGI was almost too bright, and it looked fake. But I like the tone. I like the comedy. I
think will be fixed by the time the movie comes out. Because the movie comes out in 18 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Not 18.
But yeah, I liked the trailer. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was amazing. We know Superman. We don't know who the 7th member of the team is or 6th member of the team is. Because there was rumors about there being a 6th member.
It's gonna be.
I'm thinking they're gonna keep the same.
Green Lantern's going to be in the sequel, but not this one.
It'll be the second part that he'll be in.
Okay, so
I'm not sure that I'll even do Darkseid in this one.
Yeah, supposedly it's Steppenwolf or something.
Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
Steppenwolf's going to be the villain in this one. At least the trades can be trusted, which they usually are.
Yeah.
So.
What my problem with the trailer was that it did feel like which is my problem with BVS is let's throw a bunch of Easter eggs, as many as we can in this. Like if you look at the Ezra Miller's like Flash thing, you just see a bunch of like just random stuff that you're like, oh, that's from this and that, and I don't know, just that's my worry. It's still Zack Snyder. It still can feel like a bloated film. Now there's more characters that he has to juggle. But the trailer was okay. It was fun. It set a tone, which is going to be Batman. This first one is Batman going to look for people. That's what it is. He's making the team. They it's not part 2 anymore though. They're going to be called something.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's 2 separate movies.
Yeah. So Justice League. This is like the formation of the Justice League. Somehow we all know Superman's gonna come back in this one somehow. Maybe he'll come back at the end of the movie in the first.
It'll definitely be the third act of the movie that he'll come in.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the chemistry about everybody, so that's my one takeaway is I like the chemistry and I like that we got some comedy in it because I remember talking to you, Dylan, and I was like, you can't have Green Lantern and the Flash and not have any comedy. It would make no sense. Like these two dudes are comedy gold together, and even by Flash by himself, and I'm glad that they kept that. So are you hyped on it like Dylan? I'm sure is.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
I as you can tell, I'm a huge Flash fan. I couldn't wait to have him on the big screen, and I loved everything about this trailer.
Okay,
just
cool.
everything.
Mm-hmm. I'd say my only complaint about the trailer, which is not the trailer's fault at all, is like, oh, there weren't that many big action shots because the movie's been filming for like 4 months.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay. So like, I'm not gonna pull that against the trailer because this was legit just like just a sneak peek that they cut together, and some of CGI isn't finished, but it looks really good.
When does this come out again?
This comes out in November of 2017, so they still have.
Oh wow, this is in a summer movie. That's
16 months.
Why wouldn't they make this summer? Okay. All right.
Because Wonder Woman is the June release.
Okay, makes sense. All right.
So they're having this be the like late year release.
Makes sense.
But I'm super excited for it. The movie looks beautiful as at least in my opinion, all of Zack Snyder's films. I think all the like
this one does have a lighter
beautiful.
Skin tone over it, like a lighter tone, like
Mm-hmm.
like something about
I think
a lighter
the
color
palette.
palette.
like the
They're
saturation
trying to
is like
color.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The color palette for all the new the like DCU, I think is going to be a lot brighter because like we saw from Wonder Woman and then
yeah, that was
Wonder
one of my
Woman and
complaints.
Flash, something like that. Yeah.
So that's cool.
And then I also I've been saying for years that Ezra Miller I thought was a great casting choice. Like I legit almost screamed when I found out that he was cast in the DC Cinematic Universe. I was like, because I love Ezra Miller, and he looks great in the role. I can't wait to see. Like honestly, the Flash movie is one of my most anticipated movies of the last few of the next few years because Ezra Miller and Rick Fumiyawa, whatever his last name is.
Yeah, and they're looking at that one. They're looking at a lot of good actresses that we like too for the main girl too as well. So,
I also like almost all the humor in the trailer worked for me. Like I laughed at every joke, although like, or
there was
more or less, more or more or less. He said no.
Yeah.
He said
the
no.
only part that
Stuff like,
the only part that I don't know if it was a joke or was the part with Cyborg was like, "Oh, I thought you were fake," and Batman goes, "Or I'm real when I need to be." I was like, "Oh, all right, cool, whatever."
Right, I need to be.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm.
Which, I mean, I'd say it definitely works because hasn't he like been like a retired?
Yeah.
Batman
I'm still not sure what the Batman. I mean, the Batman movie is supposed to be. I mean, you mentioned this. It's supposed to be set in Arkham. That's the rumors right now, and it makes sense because Affleck talked about that his film is going to have a ton of villains, so it kind of fits in the tone where he's stuck in Arkham somehow, which would be cool because that's what the whole Arkham game series is. It'd be amazing.
Yep.
So we don't know if that's going to be a prequel or a sequel because, I mean, this Batman has been retired for a while. So is he gonna get into Arkham now? Like, are all of his villains? I don't know. I'm just still trying to figure out. Like, is Suicide Squad a prequel, a sequel?
No, they confirmed it at the panel in Hall H that Suicide Squad takes place after BVS.
Okay, and I'm assuming all the scenes with Batman are flashbacks of when he's putting them in there. Maybe. Did they confirm anything on Batman's solo film at all? Did they talk about it at all?
Nothing.
Really? No. I mean, it is really far away. I was just curious.
Yeah,
that's like 2019, I think, is what they were shooting for. Is that what they said? 2020.
That's the rumor.
Yeah.
I think it'll be probably closer to 2018, but
yeah. So I don't know. Affleck said he's almost done with the script or with the first draft of the script. I'm just not sure what it's gonna be, but this movie looks better, but I can't trust anything Snyder does because yeah, the director's cuts are all better, but that's 3 hours in the
How was
movie.
what were your feelings on BVS? Because I know he loved it, but
Oh no,
I was very mixed about it.
I was
It was
so it went. Dylan loved it. I was I didn't like it, and then Alexander hated it. So like
yeah, I mean
I did not like BVS, but my reasons for not liking BVS were editing choices. Like the editing was awful,
yep,
which
that's
Dylan said got fixed with the
For
longer
the
cut.
ultimate cut.
But the editing choices were
Like
awful.
the ultimate cut actually feels shorter,
Yeah, so
even though it's like a half hour
yeah,
longer.
my problem was it was so choppy.
yeah, that's
And
my
like it just went. It was like literally here's a scene and then no filler in between. It was like jump from
yeah.
scene to scene.
Those are my biggest problems. It's just like we're gonna throw as much shit in here, as many Easter eggs as possible, and cram everything in there. To me, Wonder Woman still feels like unnecessary in the entire film. There's scenes where you're like, oh, the email, like there's the email scenes. I can get around some things if the poorly chopped editing wasn't so bad. I don't even mind the ending fight scene or the Martha thing's awful. It's awful. The Martha thing is
Yeah.
awful, but I can get around that if they had better editing. So with this one, I'm like, the only real movie that I love from Snyder is Dawn of the Dead. After that, it would probably be 300 and then Watchmen. Those are my like best Snyder movies. And Watchmen is to me it's a fault unless you watch the 3 hour director's cut, which to me is amazing. It's really good. 300 is good. I like it a lot. And then Dawn of the Dead, and then everything else after that. I mean, the Owl movie's fine. That's an animated film though. I don't know. Snyder's just he has these things where he gets lost in his own head. Like he mentioned, like that in his if he got his way in his Batman, if in his like Batman universe or whatever, Batman could be raped in prison. Like, oh, okay, why do we want to see this?
Oh, well, wasn't that quote taken out of context? Because the context of the quote is him talking about the Watchmen universe and saying, well, in the Watchmen universe, this is what would happen. So this is more
Yeah,
like
he's saying that like
right up his alley.
so he wasn't a huge fan of comic books, and he got into comic books through Watchmen because he likes the crazy, gritty, R-rated stuff. And then he's saying that he loves Watchmen so much, and in Watchmen, that their heroes are real, they can get raped, all that stuff. He was saying that if he were to, he wanted like if in his universe, whatever, he wishes that Batman would have to go through hardships like that, where rape and like his ideal movie universe would probably be The Killing Joke, like straight up, like this is my Batman.
Probably.
He murders, bangs random chicks, bangs his best friend's daughter. You know, that's Batman. Thumbs up. So I don't know. I joke sometimes that he's almost as bad as Michael Bay, but he's clearly not. But I just have this thing where like I want him
Yeah,
to.
that's a point.
Yeah, no, I know. So it's when this was when I was mad about BVS. I was spewing out some stuff, but like I want him to like when he has some control. Like people, I can't even tell if he needs more freedom, because then when he gets more freedom, he gives a sucker punch, which is just women half naked fighting ninjas and robots. But then
It's fun to watch.
it is fun to watch, but you're like, what the fuck's going on? But then sometimes you have him where he could have given us a good movie in BVS, but instead he had to cut the damn thing by like half an hour. I don't know.
Well, that wasn't his choice. That was
studio
that was
choice.
WB's
That's what I'm saying.
choice.
Like
He signed
needs-
on to make a 3 hour movie. He made a 3 hour movie, and they were like, "We're gonna, we don't want it to be 3 hours anymore." And there, he was like, "Well, I'm gonna try to play ball." Like honestly, I give Snyder a lot of credit for not like throwing a hissy fit and being like, "Okay, I'm gonna play
Pulling the
ball with the
Josh
studio.
Trank.
I'm gonna do what they want me to do." Yeah, like Josh Trank hasn't gotten another deal.
nothing. Yeah. So
Zack Snyder stayed on doing Justice League. There's a reason for that.
yes, I mean I'm pumped for this universe though. Like I'm excited. Justice League looks. I mean, Wonder Woman looks amazing. Super pumped about the
Did you hear
Flash.
what James Wan said about Aquaman?
Yeah, I actually had that one. Let me see.
That it's gonna have a bit more of like a horror vibe, or
Yeah, he
he's
said that.
He's gonna bring his horror vibe to it, which I was like, I'm
he
so
says he's
excited
bringing
for
his
that, 'cause
horror
I love-
elements to Atlantis, which makes sense because there's a lot of sea creatures in the Aquaman story, so it makes sense to go for a little bit of that darker tone. There was also let me see what I have here. Oh, that was it. But I don't know. I mean, Warner Brothers. To me, Warner Brothers won the weekend for me, because of everything that they shown. They beat out Marvel for me. For me, as
Not.
because I wasn't there. I didn't know. I didn't see the behind the scenes stuff that you saw. For me here, from what we saw and what we read, Marvel won the weekend. I mean, DC won the weekend for me. Yep. But we'll get into Marvel now. You guys can say which one you think won. So Marvel didn't show a lot to the people that weren't there.
What was released?
It was just Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, that's it.
And they showed a concept art of the Vulture and Spidey.
We got a Spider-Man trailer. It was almost a trailer.
Yeah,
it was
a reel, wasn't it?
It was like a real clip where you saw which people kept saying it felt like
it was basically him in high school.
Yeah.
It was basically just him going through his day in high school and trying to figure out how he can hide this thing, even though he's in high school. Like how he can hide his identity and stuff like that.
We got to see several of the other kid characters, right? Like Zendaya and the bully is the Indian kid from the Grand Budapest Hotel. Shocked. He's Flash Thompson. Shocked.
Yeah.
Like out of nowhere. Is that the vibe? Is that not the vibe that people were that it is?
Oh yeah, it is.
It's like the bully of.
He was also in Dope.
Yeah, that kid.
Oh,
yeah. Is he Flash Thompson? Is he the bully?
Yeah. He's Flash Thompson.
Because you always think Flash Thompson is like the 6'2" blonde buff guy, and then no, the bully is a realistic kid that looks like him. All right, cool. Zendaya, they said that she's playing Liz Allen. Is that true?
No, she's playing Michelle. They still said.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought.
I'm pretty sure.
Because Liz Allen is somebody from the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon where she's friends with the popular kids and stuff. So, but the vibe that people kept saying, it felt like a John Hughes movie, like a coming of age movie. Is that the vibe that you got as well?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's so awesome.
It's definitely gonna be different than any other Spider-Man movie we've ever seen.
Was the directing good? Because the director is known for horror and really R-rated movies right now.
Yeah. It looks good. Directing looks fine.
So they revealed the characters. Zendaya is still playing Michelle, but Laura Harrier is playing Liz Allen.
Okay, so she's doing playing Liz Allen. Because the thing is that in the cartoon, there's these popular kids that hang out with Flash and stuff like that. And there was this picture that I don't know if Marvel released, but which was the Breakfast Club picture, and all of the 5 kids from the Spider-Man movie doing the same poses from the Breakfast Club, and I was like, that's amazing.
So
I don't know if that was
Was it from Entertainment Weekly?
Yeah. Did you see it?
Yeah,
it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we got confirmation about the Vulture, the Tone, some of the kids. We got confirmation on the cast, who the actual cast is going to be now, or not characters, but we have who's in it. We still don't know who the Glover and the kid from Beast of No Nation is playing, but the way that it's going, I'm not shocked if that's not Miles, and Miles is side of the family, which would be cool. We got.
I don't know if they'll bring Miles in so soon.
I mean, just because I don't know, it's for me getting hype. Maybe they'll introduce it because all of the articles I keep reading is that there's this bigger Asian kind of kid who feels who gives off the vibe like he is Miles's best friend called Genki. So I don't know. I'm hoping that he does get introduced, but more in
I think he
more in he's a couple grades under him kind of thing. And
I'm thinking it's not going to be this movie that he's going to be introduced. They might mention his name or something like that.
Like he's in class or something.
Yeah. But I think it won't be till at least the second or third movie that they're actually going to show him.
Yeah,
well, I think that they cast Abraham Otta, so I think Miles will be in the movie, but he just won't be Spider-Man until the second or third.
I'm also saying they're not gonna give the story of having to kill. Peter's not dying. They're not doing that story. Miles is getting introduced another way, and I'm going with the Donald Glover breaking into something, he being the uncle kind of story.
Donald Glover's Miles.
No, Abraham Otta probably.
Donald Glover is also in the movie, but the rumors are right now that he's playing Miles' uncle, who is the Prowler who breaks into the facility Oscorp, steals some stuff. One of the spiders bites Miles, and that's how Miles becomes Spider-Man.
Okay.
So hopefully, maybe. I mean, I wouldn't be mad. It is going to be a lot of things to juggle, but the fact that
post-credit scene of having the Prowler go into Oscorp,
that could be cool.
And they were like, "Oh shit!"
That can be cool. Did they did the
Surprise.
girl from The Nice Guys? Did they say anything about who she's playing? Because some people were saying she might be playing Gwen Stacy, but then she might be a little bit too young. Did they say who she's playing? The girl from The Nice Guys.
So,
I'm not sure.
Like
she's not in this article that reveals the cast. So I don't
okay,
think
so
so.
maybe she's probably nobody big then. All right, well, yeah, they showed off that. We also got the Brie Larson confirmation, which
Yeah,
people
that was the last thing that Marvel did.
was she
And
on
it
stage
was
the whole time, or did she come out, or how did that
no.
work?
They at the very end they said, okay, let's get everyone from the Marvel like that was there. They got all the people from the Guardians cast, everyone from the like all the different casts, and they just brought them out and they're like, oh, by the way, I think we should bring out the newest member of the cast, and they brought her out, and they
That's
just like took a
cool.
big picture and like yeah, it was cool.
I saw
She
that
had like
Brie
a hat and
Larson on
stuff.
Instagram.
Yeah, her hat.
Yeah, Brie Larson on Instagram had a picture of the hat, and then she also had a picture of her being just overjoyed touching or having Benedict Cumberbatch touch her hands, like he grabbed her hands, and it's a picture of her just looking overjoyed. And in her caption, she was just like, "I was caught off guard by him actually touching me, and I was overjoyed." And
So
then this is the result.
according to things, she beat out Rebecca Ferguson, Olivia Wilde, Jessica Chastain, who were the ones that were highly rumored. People wanted what the hell's her name? I'm trying to blank right now.
Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah.
No, there was another one that they were looking at. People were saying Emily Blunt was the other one that people wanted her.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about Brie Larson? Brie Larson is she's really new still. She's more of an indie girl. This is gonna be clearly her. This and Kong are gonna be her big breaks, her big like breakout roles. What do you think? Like, are you happy with her choice?
As someone who is not familiar with the Captain Marvel character, I'm going to say movie anyway because it's an MCU film. I'm overjoyed by the Brie Larson casting because I love Brie Larson and she's been fantastic in every movie I've seen her in. And I think that she'll be great once again. And then this will be a outlet for people to more people to become Brie Larson fans, not just know her as as a love interest from 21 Jump Street.
How was the Hall H reaction to her? Were they happy?
Yeah,
They were.
everyone
pumped?
loved it.
All right.
Yep.
I got read Captain Marvel, but not like a lot. So, and I'm not even sure which one they're gonna go with. There's been two. Just she has very different personalities, and depending on the comic that you read. Knowing it's Brie Larson, I could see it going as more of the goofy, high spirited Captain Marvel and less serious Captain Marvel. It would make sense with the tone. Captain Marvel is supposed to come out 2018. Does that sound right? I think it's.
Captain Marvel comes out 2018 in between the two Avengers films.
So maybe the rumors of her being introduced in Guardians might be true, but then that means she would already have the powers. So I don't know. I mean, I'm cool with it. I like her as a choice. I think Emily Blunt. If we would have got Emily Blunt, it would have been more of a less goofy, more of a badass. So picking Brie makes it go. Oh, we're probably gonna go in more in the lighter tone with her. Let's see what else we have here. We got a bunch of footage of with the Guardians of the Galaxy costumes. We found out who the characters are playing.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell's playing Ego, and the only character that I know called Ego or Ego is it's Ego, I think, right? I think it's Ego.
Yeah.
He's a planet. That's who Ego is
Yeah.
in the Marvel universe. But the costumes that they showed
They showed footage of him.
is he
So
is he a planet or is he a man?
No, he's a person.
Yeah, so that's why I'm confused because like Ego's a planet.
I don't know. It was weird. But they definitely so he just got off a spaceship and he like said, "I'm your father." They did this like kind of thing where he was like,
Ego is a father. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I don't really care.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I don't care.
Okay, yeah, no, they did this things like something about like his charming good looks and like you should know who I am, and he was talking to Chris Pratt. He's like, "Oh, I'm your father," and like they just basically just told us.
So in the comic books, Ego is a planet, like a purple planet, who he controls everything that happens on the planet. He can like just make stuff happen of what's on the planet. But I'm guessing they're not doing that, or maybe something happens to him in this movie that he becomes the Ego that we know from the comics, or maybe he gets cursed onto the planet. So now we know that Kurt Russell is going to be Star-Lord's father. Cool. They also mentioned who Sly was playing. I forgot who he was playing though. It's I don't have Sly's thing here. He was playing somebody that I don't really know much about, but Sly was
Wasn't it just one of the like pirates or whatever? That's
maybe.
what like the rumor was.
I mean, it wouldn't. I mean, it's a jacked buff man. It's like Taser or something. I don't remember.
What does he look like?
Um,
They brought
Was
brought
Sly
out-
was Sly there?
I don't know what he looks like, so
No, I mean was Sylvester Stallone there in at the thing?
I didn't. I mean, I wasn't there, but I don't remember Sly being.
I didn't see
there.
any pictures of him being there as either.
no,
I
they
think-
They kept it to the core cast.
yeah.
Okay.
And they had a bunch of the Ravengers. They came out into the crowd, and that's how they started the panel. Like they came out from back, and they all went on the stage and were like messing with the cast of Guardians.
All right. All right. Let's see what else we have here. So
I mean, there was
So
also.
we did get a clip from Guardians. We got
really?
a full clip of Rocket and Baby Groot and Yondu breaking out of a prison.
oh sweet. Oh, Groot is still a baby. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so fun.
and so yeah, the whole thing was like Baby Groot doesn't really know, he doesn't understand anything. So Yondu was asking Baby Groot to go get something from one of the like pirates or whatever, and Baby Groot kept bringing back the wrong thing, and then
awesome.
Rocket ended up asking one time, and he brought back the right thing, and it looks funnier than the first one.
That's amazing.
Like they're trying to bring more comedy into it.
Yes, yeah. It's the thing is like when I've grown to love like the Guardians film. The more times I've seen it, when I first saw it and when we talked about it, I was kind of like, it was okay. But like the more I watched it, I like love the movie now. It's funny as hell. All right, so
And then
do
did
we
you
know who
guys
the
also
villain
get a
is?
We also
trailer?
got a full trailer from it too.
Oh, you got a trailer for the Guardians?
Yeah, we got a full trailer for it.
Oh shit, that's awesome. Do we know who the villain is? Did they say anything about a villain or who?
They didn't really say anything about like a main villain,
Okay.
but it looks like the Guardians are just going to be like a team for hire now, and they're just
Okay,
going to go
bounty hunters?
do like different things like that. And then Yondu's actually part of the Guardians now. They confirmed that.
Okay.
They added 2 more members of the Guardians also, and they also added Yondu.
Oh, do we know who the other two are? Did they mention them?
Can't remember who they are.
It's not Mothra. That's the Godzilla villain.
It's
Because there was Guardians concept art.
I'm
that
trying to think of
revealed-
who have been the new castings besides Russell and Stallone. I'm trying to think of who they cast. Because I'm sure I must have read that somewhere. But no, like,
I think Nebula's part of the Guardians now too.
oh,
I'm
the
not
sister.
sure what
Okay.
I'm not sure what they're doing with that character.
Well, she escaped at the end, so
Yeah.
and she lost her arm, I think.
Yeah, I for
I don't
what's. It's the. She's green.
And she's got like antennas. I don't know what.
No, I don't know. I don't read Guardians. I was just curious. Like I was more curious as the actors of who they were might be. I don't read Guardians or anything. I've read like the first couple things, but I don't know a lot of their characters. Wait, wasn't there?
And we got Thor Ragnarok concept art.
Mantis.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mantis got added.
Oh wait, so Thor Ragnarok was there as well. Did they show?
Yeah, we got Thor
footage?
Ragnarok. Yeah, we got. There was no footage because they haven't started filming.
Wait,
yet.
yeah, they have. I read that there was footage. Today.
There wasn't
Was there not
footage. There
footage?
was concept art that was pieced together.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so like.
So it was kind of like they did like a D20, like at D23 they did the same thing for Doctor Strange, where it was just a bunch of concept art and like showed what was going to be happening.
That's cool.
And from all the concept art, it looks like it's going to be a Planet Hulk movie.
Oh wow,
like that-
really?
Yeah,
That's
that's what I've.
That's
Did they-
literally what it
Did
was.
they explain
I was
why
listening to the Weekly Planet, and they said that they're just doing Planet Hulk, but they just like they're like just doing they're doing the Planet Hulk storyline, but they're like, this is a Thor movie, Universal. You don't have the rights to this,
they're getting away with it?
and that's straight up what they're doing.
they're getting away with it.
But it's the Planet Hulk.
Did they explain why the logo feels like it's from like a 1992 Nintendo game? Like it's like
They did-
Thor,
they did
and
not
then, like
explain anything
like the logo looks so
Yep.
weird. It looks so retro.
Yeah.
It reminded me of a Far Cry Blood Dragon.
Yeah, it's so weird. That's awesome though. Like, I mean,
It's a great logo.
I'm wondering if like Universal's gonna find a way to like say like get on them for this. Like, all right, we said no, it's not a Hulk movie. We're just throwing
Yeah.
like they're throwing Thor's name on it. It's funny.
And then like they showed concept art of Thor and Hulk fighting actually, and they have like Hulk in his battle armor and stuff like that.
Oh,
And they also
oh
did like
wow,
the final scene was
that is
Hulk
so
like
Planet Hulk.
the final scene was Hulk jumping out of this giant like demon looking thing. I don't know, I had no idea what it was.
That's crazy. Well, because like Planet Hulk is on a planet and he's like gladiator style fighting, and like he's the king there. He's fighting other Hulk type people. So that's cool. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna actually get Thor there and Hulk there. It'd be interesting.
Yeah. And they had like Hulk's armor at Comic Con. They brought in all the stuff that he's gonna be wearing.
Oh, that's badass. That's like super badass. Um, let's see what else did they. There was a bunch of Netflix stuff that they talked about as well. Was that? But that wasn't during Hall H, right? Hall H just was stuff for the
That
movie.
actually, yeah, that took place during the. When did that happen?
That took place in between the Marvel Studios panel and the Warner Brothers panel, didn't it?
No,
Thought it was
in
before.
Hall H.
Yeah.
No, in
No,
Hall
no.
H was like a Star Trek like 50th anniversary thing, and
Okay.
then a Aliens 30th thing, and then some like one.
So the last thing that they showed was Doctor Strange, a way better trailer. Actually, I'm actually
Yeah.
excited now. I wasn't excited before.
Did they release that trailer to the public?
Yeah, we saw that. I mean, I saw it. I don't think Dylan did. Did you see that one, Dylan?
I haven't seen it. I've
Yeah,
seen
so-
like stills and it looks really cool, but like I'm in the habit of I don't watch MCU trailers anymore. It's kind of like I'm gonna see all the movies.
Yeah, so
And I'm fine now.
the trailer showed a lot of the special effects and the magic and the powers of how Strange is going to be able to handle things. We got more introduction to the villain. We saw some smaller clips of the Ancient One. It had some comedy in it, which is cool. The movie is still not as dark as I thought it was going to be.
No, it's definitely gonna be. It's gonna have the MCU feel.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a little bit
Benedict
darker.
Cumberbatch.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's. I thought it was going to be, but like from the clip they showed us like I think it was like a 4-minute clip from the
Okay.
movie,
yeah, okay.
and
we didn't
it
see that one.
definitely feels like an MCU film.
Well, that's. I mean, I'm sure it'll be good. I just wanted it to have a different feel because of the Scott Derrickson directing it. His name is Derrickson, right?
Yeah, I saw a headline. I didn't read the article, but I saw a headline that Scott Derrickson apparently said that Doctor Strange is the start of the Marvel Cinematic multiverse.
Oh wow, really?
So-
I mean, it makes sense because if you watch the trailer, he's going in and out of universes. Like it's pretty crazy. The multiverse, interesting. I mean, they don't really have much that they can pull from that right now. The Fantastic Four would have been something they could pull from there, but I doubt they're doing that. That's going out the window. But yeah, like this trailer got me super excited. I'm super pumped about it. I don't think they showed anything else really, right? From Marvel.
I think that was it.
We went over Spider-Man, Thor,
Yeah.
not Spider-Man again, Guardians, and Doctor Strange, and then like Black Panther came out. They
Oh,
always
yeah.
talk
We
about
found
it.
out who the villain is. Michael B. Jordan is playing the villain, or one of the villains. That came out.
Michael B. Jordan
Jordan's
is
the villain.
going.
Wait, who did I
well,
just say?
Doesn't he start off as a good
Yeah, the
friends
friend,
and
a
as
friend,
a
yeah.
villain later on?
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, he's playing a character that turns into a villain at some time. Maybe it won't be this movie, but it will be at one point. I think Coogler was also there, and he was like talking on the panel, right?
Yeah, they brought out Coogler and they brought out the cast of Black Panther,
think
and they just
Kristen
talked about it.
Yeah, Kristen Harloff
Yeah.
mentioned that like it was just crazy to see like a Marvel thing and the entire cast is just black. Like it was like just completely cool to see. So so that's the last thing from that. I have two other things here that maybe we can mention. The Blair Witch thing with the Woods. So this Woods movie
I cannot wait for that.
So this Woods movie
haven't watched it.
that's been making its rounds.
The trailer shows nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, because I saw the first Blair Witch, and that was like one of the first horror movies that I've ever watched.
Oh, wow,
and it
really?
scared the shit.
Yeah, that movie's so the trailer. There's been this indie movie going to all like these festivals or whatever, and I guess it was called The Woods, and they revealed that nope, it was actually the Blair Witch Project, and it's being made by the same guy that made The Guest.
Yeah, The Guest and You're Next, which is why I can't wait to see.
Yeah,
it.
I love.
I've already
love
been
The
hyped
Guest.
as hell to see this when it was called The Woods. Clark Wolf went on Movie Talk like a week or two ago and
Yeah, I
said
saw
that
it.
she's
I saw
seen
that.
The Woods, and said that she loved it.
I didn't know how she did. That means that they must have not kept clips out of it because you know what I mean, like.
Or they just had them sign NDAs
Oh,
because she
maybe.
mentioned that
But she seems so
she's not able to
surprised.
say much about it.
She seemed so surprised at in her review and when she was talking about it. So I was like, oh, interesting.
Oh
Um,
well, I was talking about like before they revealed it.
yeah, but
She just mentioned the woods and said that she
I
can't that
remember
it's
because
incredible.
I think that was like 2 weeks ago on the Nightmare show. She mentioned that, but like I was saying, like I saw her footage this week or like yesterday or the day before where she's like genuinely surprised. I'm like, maybe she didn't know. Maybe they kept that clip out and it was like maybe you didn't need it because like it's if they mentioned the Blair Witch thing a few times in the trailer or they mentioned the woods in the trailer, the actual name of the woods. But it's a direct sequel. They are making it like they're making it like two never actually happened. Book of Shadows, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And this is like
Yeah, Blair
16.
Witch 2 Book of Shadows. The movie it does not have a Book of
Yeah,
Shadows.
there's nobody cares about it. So this was like 20 years or something later. So that's really cool. Blair Witch always freaked me the hell out when I was younger, and it freaks me out now. It's still one of the better found footage movies out there because it's very simple. The other, is there anything else that happened that you guys can think of? Because the only other thing,
There was the Divergent news.
yeah, that's the last thing I have here. I was gonna leave that for the end. I was just besides that, do we have anything else?
I mean, I didn't see the Lego Batman trailer.
Oh
but
yeah, they did that.
Do you guys watch
that
it?
was funny. Like
Yeah.
Robin is very like he's very out there. Like at one point he has pants on and he rips them off and bends over.
He looked
That was weird.
he looked kind of like Carrie Kelly, and I was like,
Yeah.
are they doing a Carrie Kelly? I'm like,
No,
no, it's
it's-
Michael Cera.
Yeah, he has big ass glasses and he's super
Yeah.
happy to be there and literally like you saw the trailer. Like at one point he pulls off. He's like this outfit looks amazing, but these pants are too tight. He
Yeah.
just rips off his pants and then starts bending like.
And he like throws in him. Yeah.
And he throws them at Batman, and then he starts like bending over several times. Like, yeah, now my legs can breathe, and I'm like, this is weird, but it's funny. I'm super excited for it. All right, so the last bit of news here is something that must break Dylan's poor little heart here. So the final Divergent movie, which is one of Dylan's best franchises going forward. Like he's watched every single one of these movies. Opening night, he's right there in costume with the book in hand. I mean, he's there. He's up. He's all about it.
For sure.
According to rumors, the Divergent series Ascendant film is not going to theaters. It's going to be a TV movie, and the cast didn't know because the cast was so like Shailene Woodley and like all these people are like they like were on Twitter like wait what?
Like what?
They're like wait, this is happening. I guarantee as soon as they saw that they're getting on the phone with the agents. Am I still getting paid the same amount though, right? Like so it's a TV movie now, Dylan. And then right after the TV movie, it's going to be a spin-off series. So Dylan, you are in for a long haul now because you've already watched the first 4 movies. You
Like as soon as I saw this news, I tagged you on Twitter, and in all caps, I just said, "No, it's longer now." I was like, "I only got 2 more hours of this. I got
Dylan.
2 more hours."
Dylan, now you have the final 2-hour movie, and then after that, since you're already invested, might as well watch the weekly series. There's an hour long every episode, probably on MTV. I have no idea where it's going.
No, I think it's gonna be on Lifeform, is what they said.
Oh, that ABC Family shit.
Yeah, the old ABC Family.
Because that Mortal Instruments,
Woodley
Instruments TV show that they're doing right now is so amazing and so popular that nobody watches.
And then apparently the cast might not even be coming back, so they're gonna recast everyone.
They are. You think Shailene
Miles
Woodley
Teller's
is going to like because the Freeform channel is ABC Family. You think Shailene Woodley, who made it out of there with her teenage pregnancy show and became a movie star, is gonna all of a sudden go back? No, she's not going back. You think Miles Teller's going to this shit?
Exactly.
They're gone. They are gone. It's gonna be a spin-off series with characters that they introduce in the movie, the last movie. I bet. There's no way none of the main people are doing this. Miles Teller has been wanting to like shoot himself to get out of this thing since like the first movie.
Oh, easily.
Like
it is laughable how little he cares about this franchise.
Like, have you seen the interviews where they ask him about the movies and he's like, "Yeah, I'm there. I'm in it." "Oh, but do you like it?" "I'm in it." "Okay." Like, he is so upset. He actually, there was an interview where he said that he wanted them to kill him off, like in the second movie. He begged them to, and they said no. Like when an actor is begging to get out of a paycheck, that's a problem. Like please just kill me.
Hey, another notable time that happened. Harrison Ford wanted that to happen in Empire.
Yeah, that is true.
And that role has stood the test of time. So maybe
Okay,
Miles Teller's character in the Divergent franchise.
Stop.
Oh my God, Miles Teller is gonna be like, we're gonna remember that role 20, 40 years from now. It's like, oh my God, it was like.
Yeah. They're gonna come, like, Disney's gonna buy her the Divergent franchise, and they're gonna come back with like what the fuck is there even mystical powers?
When this thing does come out, though, you're gonna watch the
it's all about, like,
you're gonna watch the pilot, right? At least.
I'm gonna watch the TV, the TV movie, because
you're not gonna watch the pilot.
If I like the TV movie,
okay,
maybe I might watch the pilot.
You hate the regular movie. Now the budget is being cut into like it was cut in half before. What's it cut into now? Like literally, their budget is the actors. This thing's gonna have no effects on TV. Like, what are they paying these actors? There's no way Miles Teller's like contract didn't keep. All of their contracts must have kept going up for money. And what's the budget for this one? Like $35 million? Is that what it was? It's super low.
I have no idea.
It was super low now. So.
I mean, the last one was horrible. Like, just mind-numbingly dumb.
Yeah.
And oh my God, like, I'm not.
It's happening, Dylan.
I'm gonna watch the TV
you're
movie.
Invested.
Just I swear, all I wanted was a goddamn end to this franchise. I wanted it to end and not have anything else.
No, they're gonna end it, and they're just gonna.
It's gonna be a spin-off series.
It'll be new characters though. So
okay, so
we don't know that. They might end on a cliffhanger, and I'll be like, well, damn, I have to know what happens next. No. And I watched the pilot.
The smartest thing to do.
Walking Dead all over again, where the only good parts the last 5 minutes, and it gets you hyped for the next episode, and keeps you locked in until you realize what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's happening, though. It's happening. It's coming out next year. Again, this is just rumors right now. The studio hasn't said anything. The actors didn't know.
Oh no, this is not a rumor because Variety ran it.
That's
an exclusive.
Never mind, it is an exclusive. I thought
this is not a rumor.
It was
actually
happening. Yeah, this is happening. The studio is in the early stations of negotiations with the actors to bring it back to TV. Okay, like, oh my God, these actors are gonna, like, how pissed is Miles Teller? Wait, now I have to make a TV fucking movie? Oh. All right. So the last bit of news that we have here is that. Anything you want to say before we move on?
Oh, I just want to announce this will still be a contender for worst film of 2017 whenever it comes out, because the Divergent has to be on 4 straight years to keep its crown.
All right. So
it's been in my top 5 the last 3 years. Spoiler alert! It's good. It's definitely going to be in this year's top 5.
Oh, yeah.
Not a doubt. That thing's terrible.
If
Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever was in contention for one of the best movies of 2015, whenever it came out, then this is in contention for worst. TV movies aren't safe.
All right, so the last bit of news here is a bit of sad news. Gary Marshall has passed away. So Gary Marshall created. He's known for creating Happy Days, Mork and Mindy. He is the director of Pretty Woman. Several other films, The Princess Diaries. His most recent films have been the New Year's Eve film, the Mother's Day movie, and Valentine's Day. So not a great track record, but he was well known in the 80s, and he has passed away. He was 81, so it wasn't like he was super young, but it's still sad. We lost a guy that made some amazing movies and TV shows back in the day, and for as much as I hated the New Year's Eve movies and all those kind of movies. They just felt like a cash-in for him. It would have been nice to see him kind of like do a good movie again instead of like these clearly made-for-money movies. But yeah, he passed away.
I wonder if he was going to do Princess Diaries 3.
Oh, maybe.
That's being made.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I mean, he started his career in the 50s and 60s, so he had a very long career and made a name for himself. So it's just, we felt we talk about it. It's sad, but he had a great career, had great movies, amazing work, and his last few films have just been kind of like clearly cash grabs. All right, so anything coming to Blu-ray that we could talk about before we get out of here?
Yes.
Are we doing okay? So
This week,
bring that up real quick.
let me load it up. It's almost here. So this week, even though it's way down here, we have Sing Street, which is my favorite
Oh
movie
shit!
of the year
Yes,
so far.
I'm watching this because of your hype for this movie.
It's so
Wait,
good.
where the fuck is it?
I've listened to the soundtrack at least like yeah, it's like first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth
Oh, I
row
see it.
down, first
Oh.
one in row 6
Okay, I see it.
is where they put Sing Street.
Okay.
It's incredible. I love this movie. I can't wait to watch it. I'm gonna buy it Tuesday morning easily. Like I'm gonna watch it by Tuesday night. It's so good. Go see it. It's a great coming of age story. It's a great movie if you want to pursue your own like artistic endeavors. It has themes of that. It's just a feel good film. And I had the time of my life watch this movie. It was similar to like being like at a concert because like there's so many songs that like get you dancing,
Yeah,
and
very
you
much
care
so.
about the characters. The humor's on point. It's so good. It's from the same director who did Once and Begin Again.
I love Begin Again, and I actually like Once a lot too. All right, so I'm definitely gonna watch that. Besides that, we have Barbershop, the next cut. I've heard amazing things about this movie, which is crazy. This is like the third or fourth one,
Yeah.
and I've heard amazing things about it.
Yeah, I heard it was good, and I was like, oh, that's surprising.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
We have Hardcore Henry, which I think you saw, right?
I saw this. It's okay. It gets tedious because it's straight up just first person video game for an hour and a half. There's moments that it's like, wow, this is really impressive. There's moments where it's like, wow, this concept can't work. So I'd say like if it goes on Netflix, like yeah, try it on or watch it, and then when you're bored, just go on your phone.
We also
While they're
have
talking,
we also have Melissa McCarthy's The Boss, which I heard is
this
awful.
thing looked terrible.
And we also have
It's a
Criminal.
Walmart exclusive.
We also have Criminal, which stars Kevin Costner, Gary Oldman, Tommy Lee Jones, and Gal Gadot. And I heard that's really bad. And then there's a movie that's being released that is actually already on Netflix. It's called The Invitation, but it's coming on Blu-ray, and I heard that's one of the better movies of last year. So I haven't seen it, but yeah, we have. It's actually not a bad week. You have one really good movie in Sing Street, a pretty solid movie from what I hear in The Next Cut, and a fun action movie in Hardcore Henry, and then a shitty ass comedy in The Boss, and a crime thriller that's pretty bad. And
We also have I Am Wrath
I don't know what that is.
with John Travolta straight to Blu-ray.
Yeah, I skipped over there for a reason, because it's John Travolta trying to be a badass, and like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, so that's pretty much brings us to the end of the show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this Comic-Con review discussion episode. Dylan, do you want to plug any of your Twitters and stuff like that?
So you can follow me on Twitter at Dylan Mickanen, DYLAN MICKANEN. Watch me on YouTube at youtube.com/theApocalypse Prodigy. I'm going to upload, probably, I might try to record a review of Lights Out and Star Trek soon. If not, I'll be back next week with Jason Bourne.
You should do it with the lights off. You should like do the whole review with the
Oh yeah, because that'd be great lighting.
Yeah, no, it'd be amazing. You just
Having a
have like a
blank
shadowy
screen.
figure. You can stand and be the shadowy figure. Like they can't see you.
Oh okay, maybe.
All right, do you want to
And then
plug?
yeah, that's about it.
All right, do you want to
Nah,
plug
I'm-
your Twitter or anything like that? Do you like talk sports? Dylan plugs the sports stuff all the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I don't talk a lot of sports on
Oh.
Twitter or anything like that. I mean,
All right, so for me, I did some wrestling stuff this week. Top 10 biggest losers because the draft happened and it was amazingly bad. So I did that. Talked wrestling pay-per-view yesterday. Putting up a couple top 10s hopefully soon. And that's all I got right now. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thanks again for coming on, talking about your experience at Hall H Comic-Con. It's like a dream to go to the Comic-Con one day, but living on the East Coast is kind of...
I'm hoping to go back next year. We're gonna try to get tickets again.
Oh, seriously, that's badass. Because like some people say that it's too many people, too crowded, so it's pretty cool that like
There's a lot of people, but it's worth it. If you can get there, it's worth it.
Nice.
All right, well, pretty much. So if you guys want to check us out, Movie Backlot Podcast, iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, YouTube, all that good stuff. All right, guys, we'll be back next week to talk movies. See ya.